Hello, my darlings, and welcome to my channel and this reading, which is timeless. So, whenever it found you, is perfect. I hope you're going to enjoy it. The way it works is just I pull cards and then channel the messages and read the energies that come through. And hopefully, they are thought provoking, confirming, loving, and guiding in whatever circumstances you find yourself today. So let's just tune in and see what's gonna happen. Actually, one of the cards that, or the decks, I should say, that wanted to come out is this one. I haven't used it in who don't even know how long, but before I even meditated, I knew this one wanted to come out, so why not give it a try? All right, Spirit. There we go. Strength. I was gonna say, all right, Spirit, what do they need to know? And this elk came out representing, elk and ash representing strength. So right away, there's a reminder for you to tap into your own strength that is there. A reminder that comes through is that you will never have more that given to you that you cannot handle. I know a lot of times it doesn't feel like that. Trust me, I'm a human too. And this particular week has been very, very challenging, especially when there are circumstances in our life that are out of our control and enormous responsibilities when it comes to making decisions for our children, for example, because they are in our care when they're little, and certain decisions might affect them longer term, right? And at times it feels like impossible responsibilities, or in times our challenges seem to be so hard that could completely bring you to your knees. So many times I could tell you I was going through the challenges completely alone, wondering like, how am I even going to get up? How am I even going to make through the night? Um, that cliche of crying on the floor, right? But somehow I'm here through all these challenges. I'm still here, and I made it to my 40s, if you must know. So the elk comes in strongly, grounding. He is not freaking out. His inner strength is so grounded with his legs firmly on Mother Earth soil. And anytime I feel like we find ourselves completely taken apart, it is nice to go and do those simple things. We as humans, I feel like, love complicated stuff. We don't want to have a simple advice because it seems like not proportionate to the circumstances of our lives, because they seem to be so complicated and there's so many elements in it. And I feel sometimes we as humans wonder, how is this simple technique as going and just sitting outside and connecting with Mother Nature, putting our feet to the ground, to the soil, to the grass, to the sand, to the water, to the creek, to the ocean. How is that going to solve my problems? But the energies I feel that are coming through is that reminder that the truth is simple and the truth is powerful, and there is a power in simplicity, and we don't need to let our minds to overcomplicate things. So I feel that right now you don't even need to solve this. You just need to tap into your own inner strength and trust that your soul knows, and trust that there is a higher power that oversees your life, and to feel it in your body, to bring your nervous system spikes down. You would need to go and find that connection to nature and stand on your feet strongly, so that you can, again, regulate the nervous system, help it to calm down. There's so many elements out of nature that help us to do that. Again, very, very simple, right? But the elk is like that. He's like, come on, let's just go for a nice walk. We don't need to hurry. We don't need to have a destination. Let's walk. Let's be present. Let's tap in to the things that are available for you. And I feel more needs to come out from this deck. So Spirit, what else do they need to know? Not just one card, please. Did you see that frog just jumped out? Hey, let's go. Metaphor. Oh gosh, there was a period of my life that basically every reading was a transformation, you know, and the frog is that card, just the same as the butterfly. Caterpillar into butterfly, little tadpole into the frog. That is the transformation. That is a metamorphosis. And am I saying it right? I don't know, but look how pretty this card is. Wow. My kid has been finding a lot of toads. I have to say it carefully because I mispronounce that word, but it's a baby toad season here in Arizona, and she's been catching a lot of them. But this is again trusting the process, something that we do not want to hear. Something that we absolutely don't want to hear, that reminder. But it is true that we go through those processes of changes. Everything is always changing, and we need to trust that process. We need to trust that we're pushed to grow, pushed to get even like amplifying our strength, amplifying our wisdom. It's always that growth. And if you resist it, the process becomes harder. If you lean into it and allow it to happen, it then tends to go with less complications. But I love how the pink is coming through this card, and the frog is just there. When it just flipped the first time and it just came out, it also felt like jumping into the new circumstances. Taking a road that you haven't traveled yet might be what you need. Give it a chance. Why not? Why not you? Why not now? Just take that jump and see where it leads. Have that little adventure. We sometimes become so serious about the making decisions because in our minds we only see certain ways. But how can you predict? I mean, you can analyze, but you don't know. And I used to be in my younger years paralyzed by overanalyzing and overthinking because I have such a fear of making a wrong decision, because it felt like if I make that wrong decision, that's it. I will screw up the rest of my life. And that is the fear that will keep you stuck in one place. So hang in there. Hang in there and trust it. Trust the process. Is there anything else, Spirit? It's like, don't jump into conclusions. Okay, I have it seem that, you know, sometimes very humorous, which I love because I love to laugh and make people laugh as well. It's like, don't jump into conclusions. Humans, it's a process. All right, let's see what else wants to come out. Oh wow, we're working with this deck today. No wonder. I mean, it just wanted to say, it just has a lot to say. It's been sitting there. I have a shelf where there's plenty of cards, card decks in there, and I haven't used this one, as I said, in a long time, but now it's like, let's do the whole reading with it, and I'm good with it. All right, Spirit, what else do they need to know? What might help them to go through this process of finding inner strength, rebalancing, trusting the process? Ooh, let's see what came out here for you. Oh, the otter and cattail. It says peace on it. And I feel because it came in reverse, that is what you might be searching and missing right now, is the little peace in your life, which honestly the best thing when you can have that inner peace and you calm in your mind and you calm in your body and open to the joy. You know how joyful they are, these animals. They just so adorable to watch. They play, they figure things out, and they figure things out by the play. And they just float. And honestly, like even before this card came out, I was looking at the frog and I felt the water energy. I felt that flow that has the tendency to calm down, right? If you have pool and bodies of water where you can go and walk into it or even swim into it, it feels like it could help calm down as well, like to bring that nervous system as we were talking about earlier in a better alignment. And I love it to be in the water myself, even walking. When I go for walks, we have a lot of urban lakes here, so I love walking by and see the reflection of the water, seeing the birds doing their thing, and it just calms me down so fast. There's an invitation to playfulness. There's an invitation of putting your to-do list aside and finding that time for yourself to just do something fun, do something creative. I think in this society, at times overly focused on productivity and forget to recharge our inner child, forget to recharge our system with play and do things that are pleasurable that way. Something that invokes, again, creativity, something that just simply joyful, right? And something that you do that when you do it, you forget the time. The time just goes by fast or slow. Like you're there, you just don't know where you are. You just in a different, almost like trance state because how much joy this brings to you. And I feel like it is necessary to find that time for activities like that so that you can recharge and you can feel more peaceful and playful and find that joy in life. Look how cute this deck is. I totally forgot. I should use it more often with all these animals and plants, which I don't know what cattail or ash or I know, like I have a remembrance of what lotus might mean, but something maybe you want to look it up if you feel drawn to it. And as I reach for this card, I'm like, maybe that's not it. But Spirit, what else do we need to bring to the awareness for everyone who is watching this reading? This is like a final word. Ooh. What do they need to know? All those happy animals. I know otter just brings so much joy. Like there's so much joy coming out of this card. Where this one feels very grounding. All right. What else do they need to know? Maybe last advice for the day, right? What to look forward to. Ooh, 2 last advices for the day. Look how blue they are. I was just thinking how much blue is present in the cards that wanted to come out for the reading for today. There's a lot of blue energy, and even in these cards there's blue, and the 2 cards that came out also very blue. So there could be a lot of higher chakras energy starting with the throat and going up. The first card that you got is Covenant. Is that how I'm saying it right? It says contract on it. Sacred contract. there's a belief that we have certain contracts when we come to Earth, that our souls made before they came here. Not sure if we assign anything. Signing seems more like a human thing to do. Maybe words are more bonding. You know what I'm trying to say. But we don't even use words. Maybe over there we just connect. Anyhow, let's see what's coming through this. I feel that whatever you're going through right now, whatever that challenge is, and transformation is part of that contract, which says sacred here. So, especially if you're going through something very complicated and challenging, that could be how much more you need it for the soul development. Even though from the human perspective right now, you're watching, you might say like, how? No, I don't see it that way. But it's because we are limited to our senses a lot of times. But it also could be that this is a contract between you and another soul that is playing out for some of you. And it's like way deeper than you can even possibly imagine, is what I'm getting from this card. It doesn't give me more. It's not giving me more. It's just what I'm receiving is like the depth of it. I don't know how to explain it. I just feel it is very, very deep contract. Does that make sense? I don't think it really makes sense, but I don't know how to describe it better. Let's see what the other one says. It says whale song. There is a whale on this card. Card number 61, which is also 7. That's kind of cool. Lots of water again. Do you see? There's water. I feel like right now would be beneficial to try to find the alignment with this whole situation and come to some kind of acceptance so that resistance can drop. Because this card came in reverse, to me, it represents that you are not resonating with the direction. It's like you are missing the signal from the divine guidance, from divine intelligence, from the spirit, whatever you put that, whatever you call it, right? But the higher powers that oversees our whole experiences. And I feel that maybe for the people who are watching, it might be too much into your own story as a human, that you're missing that connection and resonance. And so the invitation would be for you to try to drop that resistance and trust the process, like the frog was saying here, so that you can be in your even like own bubble, like that whale is. Hearing the song of your own soul calling you. And maybe it's calling you to fulfill that contract right now. So got from very physical here into very spiritual, which makes sense because everything is always interconnected. So I hope you can sit with it and able to disconnect. Well, maybe not disconnect, maybe that's not the right word. And able to move from being so emerged, as I said, from your story, to from the human story, from what exactly what's happening, tuning into more of a soul mission and spiritual aspect of being here on earth. Thank you for tuning in today. I appreciate you watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. And if so, please like and leave a comment. I love reading those. Until next reading, please take care of yourself.